What if I told you that you can get really good at drifting without ever driving a car? Let me show you how. Various kinds of digital simulators have been around for a while, whether it is to train new aircraft pilots, hone the skills of F1 drivers, or experiencing life through the eyes of a goat. Sim drifting is a great, ultra cost-effective way to improve your skills as a driver, and it doesn't even matter whether you're a pro behind the wheel or just starting off. Elite world-class athletes use simulators to prepare for competition, and there is no reason why you shouldn't too. This is my simulation setup, and even though it's nothing fancy and literally every part of it could be upgraded to improve the experience, as it sits now, it still gets the job done. I mean, I've spent hundreds of hours on these sim banging doors that I have felt turn into actual skills when I'm behind the wheel of my real car, so this thing has been worth every single euro I have spent on it. Now, let's talk about the price of a setup like this. As far as the computer goes, you really don't need much. Assetto Corsa was released in 2014, and the computer I started off with is probably worth around 100 euros these days. Of course, if you want to make the game look properly realistic or run huge lobbies, you will need more digital horsepower for it, but just to get going, you really do not need much. Here are the specs of my current setup, and at 1080p the game runs super smooth. Now, I am hoping that if I eventually make the jump to get VR or triple screens, I do have a belief that this computer will be able to run that too. The centerpiece of the setup, of course, is the steering wheel. Now, I'm using the Thrustmaster T300 RS GT, which is a very popular entry-level wheel. Now, if you are looking to buy one of these, make sure you get the 3-pedal version because, well, you will need the clutch. I've mounted the wheel to a sim racing cockpit made by FK Racing, which I bought used for like 50 euro about, I don't know, 6 years ago. Now, this thing, for the price, is great. However, there are plenty of things I don't like about it. The seating position, for one, is pretty weird, and I have actually considered just putting a real car seat instead of this one, as that would definitely improve the experience. But once again, for the price, it gets the job done, and an alternative to this would be just building your own stand out of wood or PVC pipes I've seen being used. And now it's time to check out the most ghetto part of the setup, which is my handbrake / shifter. Now, this is a Logitech flight stick. I believe it's called the Wingman, so it's made somewhere in the 15th century. But all it took me were a couple of rubber bands to turn this into a handbrake, and on top of right here, you've got two very convenient buttons that I use to shift up or down. Now, this could be viewed as a bit of a cheater item, as I can easily be sitting on the handbrake and switching gears like there's no tomorrow. However, I don't really find I'm using it too often, so it works. And I bought it for like 5 euro used, so this thing has been through hundreds of hours. Oh, I forgot, also like 2 euro for the rubber bands. Could it be better? Yes. At the price though, it just can't be beat. So the total price for this setup is about 400 euros, which in the real world of drifting probably equals to 2 practice days at best. So for the price of this thing, you're getting insane value in terms of your ability to grow in skill. Also, another thing to note is that this thing is always here, and even if I've just got an hour to spare, I can set it up within a couple of minutes, be on the track 5 minutes later, and then have 45 minutes of intense stand-in practice without paying nothing for tires, fuel, or destroying my car. So this has truly helped me improve, and it's genuinely a fun thing to do. I mean, there have been a couple of nights where I've spent hours on random servers just doing massive drift trains, and yeah, super convenient. Very good at improving your skills, and once you've bought the setup, it costs you nothing. So this is definitely something I would recommend. But now, let's get to the fun bits of me actually sliding this thing. and that's a proper run. Alright, so I think that's gonna cut it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely let me know if you want to see more of sim drifting videos, as the sim drifting scene is huge, and I feel like it's something that will absolutely take real-life drifting to the next level as well. Because already we can see dudes putting insane runs into sim drifting, get into a real car, adapt for a couple of practice days, and then shred basically the same way in a real car as well. So this really does transfer to real life quite well. Which means that if you want to become a good real-life drifter, this can absolutely help you. Subscribe to the channel, thank you for being here with me, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.